Hey guys, hope you're doing good today. So there's been a lot of FUD surrounding CZ and Binance, basically regarding their proof of reserves and if they actually solvent or not. Well, today I'm going to go over that, how it started, and a analysis report by CryptoQuant, basically on-chain analysis that goes into a deep dive of Binance's proof of reserves and exactly why I believe they are solvent. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So for those who aren't aware, the FUD from Binance started from this interview that he had with CNBC. So there is one specific part in the interview where the interviewer asks him if he can afford to pay back $2.1 billion of FTX. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this short 20-second clip for you.
But would you be able to handle it if somebody asked you for $2.1 billion back? Would that be okay? Would you be able to still withstand things?
We're financially okay.
Including you have $2.1 billion to give away. If somebody came to claw that back, you'd still be fine?
We'll let the lawyer handle it. We are financially strong.
So you can see how this clip, a lot of people just posted this and it could be misconstrued, right? Now, I've talked to a few people and basically CZ's answer is kind of legal 101, where he's not saying yes, not saying no, because if there's anything down the line, then he can kind of, doesn't incriminate himself. But again, with that said, it does not look good on his part, so it caused a lot of FUD recently. Now, on top of that, 2 days later, this tweet started going around. A lot of people were posting screenshots of this and causing more FUD. So CZ tweeted, "Remember, maximum greed happens at top, maximum fear happens at the bottom, not financial advice, just stating a fact." Then someone asked, "Bruh, are you guys insolvent?" It's a yes or no question. So insolvent means, again, they can't basically provide all the funds needed if they had to. And CZ says, yes, they're insolvent, which is definitely bad, right? Well, the next tweet after that, he deletes it and he says, he read the question wrong. Of course, we are solvent. So right there, again, he's stating they're solvent on Twitter. People can screenshot that, etc. So that's kind of something, I don't know why, maybe he didn't say that in the interview, but again, there's all kinds of legality regarding the FTX 2.1 billion they had and all that. So again, who knows exactly why he said what he said in the interview, but this tweet, at least he did basically reassure everyone that they are solvent. So that should help kind of alleviate some of the fears. Now, the one tweet that actually, I wanted to say that actually helped me kind of become more, feel better about this is basically by Vinny Lam here. He says, if CZ really was a scammer, he would have just bought out FTX from SBF, doubled down on the Ponzi and kept the scam going, but he didn't. I don't have any non-public info, but I doubt that Binance is insolvent. So again, that's kind of one argument, right? And then CZ has also retweeted a couple tweets recently, one of them being from CryptoQuant, and again, doing the deep dive on their proof of reserve. So let's go and get into this real quick. Again, I'm going to summarize this because there's a lot of info here. I'm not going to make this video super long, but I'm just going to go over the main points for the on-chain analysis and exactly why I think Binance is still solvent. So first, basically, here's the key messages. It talks about their proof of reserves report. And again, for those who don't know, Mazar was the company doing the audit. Now, it ended up being an agreed upon procedure, an AUP, which isn't a necessarily full-on audit, but it's just basically what CZ tells them to audit, quote unquote, they audit, right? So that, again, caused some more FUD, right? So now it says some market analysts have criticized Binance report because the auditor made no representation regarding the appropriateness of the agreed upon procedure and did not express their professional opinion or assurance conclusion. Now, basically, talks about a lot of stuff they're going to cover here. Now, the first thing they cover is Bitcoin reserves. So it says, in the aftermath of the FTX collapse, a movement reemerged to demand that crypto exchange provides proof of reserves. And then since then, it talks about how Binance has actually been increasing their proof of reserves since late 2020 for Bitcoin. So I know this chart's kind of hard to read. Again, I wish they had better colors here. But if you look at Binance, they are the only one, if you scroll down, that are continuing to increase since 2020 for their Bitcoin reserves. So you can see, OKEx, again, all these other exchanges have been declining in their Bitcoin reserves, but Binance continues to increase. 30%, Bitcoin is 30% of their total reserves. So again, that's something good to see, where Coinbase, Bitcoin is 26% of their total reserves. So again, it's nice to see Binance continuing to increase their Bitcoin reserves. And then scrolling down here, it says Binance is by far the largest exchange by trading volume. So you look at all these other exchanges for BTC USD volume, and look at that. Binance is light years ahead. 79% of the volume is on Binance. So an insane number of Bitcoin being transacted on that exchange. Now, continuing to scroll down here, it says on December 7th, Binance disclosed the result of an audit performed on its reserves. According to proof of reserves, basically it says they have 97% collateralized for covering their liabilities. And then when this limp BTC is considered, it's actually 101% collateralized with assets held in the exchange. So again, that's something good to see, that the net liability balance is 101% collateralization, and then the customer liability is 97%. So again, if you take into account the limp BTC, then they are able to support basically 1-for-1 for customers' balances. Now, scrolling down more, it says, can we trust Binance's proof of reserve audits? So this is a short answer. We don't have to. Long story short, CryptoQuant did a on-chain analysis of Binance's estimated Bitcoin reserves. They came out with 591,000 Bitcoin. The audit came out with 597,000 Bitcoin. So again, ignore this gray line here. It's price. But if you just look at the exchange reserve, this is what CryptoQuant estimates Binance's proof of reserve is right here around this 591,000 level. And again, it turns out to be just right about there at 597. So that's something good to see, that through all the on-chain data, it's basically matching. So there's no random fake coins or anything being reported that's not there. And then finally, this is one of the charts I really like here as well. This actually talks about Binance's cryptocurrency reserves and how they're behaving, and if it's like FTX-like reserves. So basically it says here it was not behaving like FTX. So FTX had a lot of erratic up and down movements. It says they had many inflows, outflows related to non-FTX wallet, and the reserves had dropped 93% in the case of stable coins days before the collapse. It says Binance's BTC reserves are still up 4% since the FTX collapse happened. Reserves for ETH and stablecoins down 6% and 15% respectively. Now, if you scroll down here, basically the top charts, all three are Binance, and then the bottom three are FTX exchange reserves. Now you can see here, Binance, purple line, is continuing to increase for their Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all stablecoins. Whereas FTX, you can see all the erratic up, down, flat, and then all up here is up and then down, up, down again. And then even their stable coins are the same thing. So see how erratic it is, whereas Binance is definitely, just slowly trending upward. So that is something you want to see for a stable exchange reserves. Now, next here it talks about BUSD, Binance's stablecoin. Is it fully backed across all exchanges? So all chains, it says, to analyze the BUSD, we should not forget that Paxos is in charge of the custody and issuance of BUSD, which is issued on the Ethereum network. According to Paxos, BUSD is approved and regulated by the New York State Department of Financial Services, and it's basically backed by either fiat cash and dedicated accounts at insured banks and or U.S. Treasury bills. So again, this is amazing, and if that doesn't tell you how regulated it is, I don't know what will. And then scrolling down, it says they have 5.3 billion of BUSD. And then here's a big question that people have asked. Okay, what about the BNB token, right? What if this thing goes to zero? Well, as you know, FTT was heavily a big part of FTX's balance sheet. And that's what they were using when they were pledging collateral for loans. They were using FTT, right? So that when FTT collapsed, basically so did FTX. Now, Binance, it talks about clean reserve, okay? So clean reserve is what percent of your tokens or basically what percent of your assets are not backed by your token. So again, you want as close to 100% as you can. Now, OKEx 100%, Deribit 100%, Crypto.com 95, 97, 95 for Bybit. Binance has 89.42, so almost 90% of their reserves are not the BNB token. So if BNB crashed right now, again, that would only be 10% chunk, okay? So that is something good. Whereas KuCoin's 81%, Bitfinex is 62%, and then Huobi is 58% for their HT token. So good to see Binance is almost 90%. Hopefully they can get this number up higher. But again, that is something reassuring. And then Crypto.com is 97%. Now, again, if it says if you want to basically talk any more about their proof of reserves, they do have more analytics for the proof of reserve dashboard. I'll link this pin in the comments as well. But basically, it's a lot of different analytics showing all the reserves that they have. So again, I know there's a lot of data in this video. I hope this helped y'all out. I hope this kind of reassured y'all. With that said, guys, keep your coins and your money off exchanges. Put them on DEX, put them on MetaMask. Even if Binance is solvent, it's always good to better be safe than sorry, right? I'm not trying to promote Binance at all. I'm just giving you the data that I've had and basically kind of making my own calculated opinion here. But again, interested to see what y'all think. Please leave in the comments below if you think Binance is solvent or not. And interested to see what happens over the next few days. But it looks like the BNB token is recovering and people are starting to get this FUD out of the way. So With that, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please comment if you have any questions, and please subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.